You'll know you've changed when silence becomes more powerful than provincial rewrite. There's a strange kind of strength that grows in quiet. Not the silence of defeat. Not the silence of someone who's given up, but the silence of someone who's finally understood that not every battle needs to be fought. Not every question needs an answer. Not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected. The Stoics knew this. They lived in a world as chaotic as ours, filled with gossip, betrayal, politics, war. Yet they found peace, not by controlling the world around them, but by mastering the world within them. These 6 lessons are about becoming unshakable, about learning to focus so deeply on your own path that the noise around you loses its grip. Chapter 1, Lesson 1. Not everything deserves your energy. Marcus Aurelius wrote this. You always own the option of having new opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. The Emperor of Rome was reminding himself that most things don't deserve his mental energy. How many arguments have you gotten into that went nowhere? How many nights have you lost sleep replaying conversations? Your energy is sacred. Your peace is sacred. The moment you realize that not everything requires your reaction, you take back a power you didn't even know you'd lost. Someone misunderstands you. Let them. Someone speaks badly about you. Let them. Someone tries to pull you into drama. Let them try. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the life you're building in private. Silence isn't weakness. It's sovereignty. Music, Chapter 2, Lesson 2. Focus is your greatest weapon. Seneca said it plainly. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. We live in a world that celebrates multitasking and constant availability. But the Stoics knew that real power comes from focus. Deep, undistracted, relentless focus. When you focus on yourself, on your growth, your discipline, your character, you stop wasting energy on what other people are doing. You stop comparing. You stop competing with people who aren't even in your race. Think of focus like a beam of light. Scattered. It's just light. But focused, it cuts through steel. When you scatter your attention across drama and distractions, you accomplish nothing. But when you aim it at your goals, your healing, your purpose, you become unstoppable. The person who controls their attention controls their life. Where is yours right now? Chapter 3, Lesson 3. Your silence protects your power. Epictetus taught, keep silent for the most part or speak merely what is necessary. The most powerful people rarely announce their moves. They understand that words dilute action, that the more you talk about what you're doing, the less energy you have to actually do it. When you keep silent about your plans, your progress, your pain, you protect something sacred. You protect your process from the opinions of people who aren't qualified to judge it. Silence isn't about hiding. It's about honoring the work. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your transformation. The world will see the results. They'll see the change, but they don't need to see the mess, the struggle, the moments you almost gave up. Build in private, grow in silence, and let your actions do all the talking. Chapter 4, Lesson 4. Defend less, become more. Marcus Aurelius understood. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You don't need to defend your character to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You need to explain your choices to people who have already decided you're wrong. The Stoic response isn't to attack back. It's to become undeniably good, so consistent in your integrity that their words lose all meaning. Every minute you spend defending yourself is a minute you're not spending becoming yourself. The people who truly matter will see who you are through your actions. The people wouldn't, they were never your audience. Stop defending. Start building. Chapter 5, Lesson 5. Solitude sharpens your vision. Seneca wrote, associate with those who will make a better man of you. But he also knew the power of solitude, of stepping back, of spending time alone with your thoughts and your truth. In silence and solitude, you hear things you've been drowning out. You see patterns you've been too distracted to notice. You reconnect with the person you were before the world told you what to be. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's clarity. It's where you strip away the masks, where you face yourself honestly, where you build the foundation that noon can shake. You don't need constant validation. You need quiet moments where you remember who you are and where you're going. The strongest version of you is being built when no one's watching. Don't run from solitude. Embrace it. Chapter 6 Lesson 6. Let go of what isn't yours to carry. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. You are carrying weight that was never yours to carry. Other people's opinions, their disappointments, their projections off what they think you should be." The Stoics divided the world into two categories: what you can control and what you can't. They poured all their energy into the first while releasing the second completely. You can't control what people think about you. You can't control how they interpret your silence, but you can control your effort, your integrity, your response, your peace. When you let go of everything that ISN tires to carry, you become lighter, freer, more yourself than you've ever been. Put it down. The need to be understood, the need to be liked, the need to prove yourself. Closing, the Stoics understood something we're all trying to learn. That the loudest life isn't always the most meaningful, that the strongest people aren't the ones who never break. They're the ones who learn to rebuild in silence. You don't need to announce your growth. You don't need to defend your path. You don't need permission to become who you were always meant to be. Just focus, just build, just keep going. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that a silence wasn't empty. It was full of work, full of growth, full of the kind of transformation that doesn't need to be explained. If this resonated with you, subscribe, not because I need you to, but because you might need the reminder tomorrow that I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep building in silence,